What's up guys, this is Josh here. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I was able to save nearly $15,000 in the past year. But before we get started, if you could use extra money in your banking account, be sure that you obliterate that like button. And if you're not already a part of the viewing community here and you're looking for ways that you can save, make money, and you're interested in all things related to your finances, go ahead and click that red subscribe button until it turns gray, and that way you don't miss anything. Figuring out how much money to save, that's only half of the battle. Next comes actually taking the steps necessary to save the money. First, you want to set up a savings goal, and that could be of any amount. It could be saving up for a vacation, it could be saving up for a home, a car, or just to build your emergency fund. You can save this money for whatever you want to save it for. That's why it's called your savings goal. You want to give your savings goal purpose. The reason that you want to set a goal and have purpose with that, because now it's putting priorities and focus. When you know your priorities, saving money is no longer a sacrifice. When building my savings, first I was willing to compromise. I know that when people hear compromise and cutting back, they get scared. If you are not willing to cut costs to boost your savings, you will likely fail at seeing consistent growth in your savings. I'm not talking about cutting back your lifestyle forever, just temporary splurging. If you like to go out to eat all the time versus ordering out 5 days a week, consider reducing that to 3 times a week. Take money that you save by not going out to eat and throw that back into your savings. Remember, the more that you will allow your budget to cut out is the more money that you can save. When cooking at home, you will save a substantial amount of money. During one of our monthly check-ins, Keisha and we realized that we were spending more than $10,000 a year on food, and much of that was because we were going out to eat so much. When we looked at the numbers on a weekly or even a monthly basis, it really didn't seem like a lot, but y'all, those little amounts, they will add up. When you order that food at restaurants, it's so overpriced. We were able to save nearly $5,000 alone every single year by cooking at home. And not to mention that it's healthier too, because we actually knew what we were putting in our bodies. This has had such of a profound impact on our family that it actually pushed Keisha to document our journey on her own YouTube channel, talking about the food and the affordable recipes. So I'm going to drop a link to her channel down below, and after you watch this video, head on over to her channel, show her some love, especially if you're looking for ways that you can cut back on your food. A great way that I was able to save nearly $3,000 a year was by lowering my interest rate by refinancing my mortgage. A lower interest rate meaning lower payments, and that means more money in my pocket. This doesn't just work with mortgages, this can also work with cars, credit cards, almost any kind of debt that you may be carrying. It's okay to call your current lender and try to negotiate a lower rate, especially with credit cards. If you have a high interest card, you may even want to consider going to one of those 0% for 24-month type cards. Do a free balance transfer and just go ahead and knock out that balance. It will even knock it out even faster if you are paying the same amount that you were paying before, because now the interest is not like eating away at you at the same time. Then after you pay off that card, make sure that you close down both of those cards. And that's actually a great segue to pay off debt. If you want to raise within itself without finding another job or a side hustle, pay off your debt. It can be difficult to save a lot of money when a big chunk of your income is going out on debt repayments. That's why it is important to have a plan to get out of debt. It can save you money in interest, and it can help you reach those saving goals faster. Now look here, I was carrying so much debt. I'm talking about nearly $2,000 a month was going back to debt repayments. And I'm a teacher, so that's a big chunk of what I was bringing in. I paid it all off, but I made this stupid decision and racked it all back up. But I'm in the process now to knock out what I racked back up, so in that way I can be done with that mess forever. If you want to experience freedom, stop being a slave to these big banks and just pay off your debt. And this is how dumb debt is. If you borrow $15,000 at 22% interest, then you set a goal that you want to pay it off in 4 years, you will be paying $425 every single month for 4 years. But what's even worse, look at how much interest that you would have paid. $9,364.28. That's how much that you would have been given back to the bank just to borrow the original $15,000. So after you pay that off in 4 years, in which you think that you're doing a big thing, that you got rid of it, so you will actually pay a total of $24,364.28. And that's just to borrow the $15,000. The next thing that I do is I pay myself first after my tithes. Each paycheck I receive, I take about 10% of that and I put it into savings and investing before I do anything else with the rest of my paycheck. So before you pay your bills, before you buy groceries, before you do anything else, make sure that you set aside a portion of your income for you and save that money. You can also use payroll deductions. A payroll deduction is an amount of your paycheck that you set aside from the rest of your paycheck. You could use a payroll deduction for any amount that you choose to go to in a separate account before you even have access to it. Here's proof that it will actually work. If you will only save $100 every other week, by the end of the year, you would have saved $2,600. And you can actually have payroll deductions taken out for almost anything, like additional taxes, retirement, health benefits, insurance, life insurance, parking and commuting, health and wellness, college savings plans, charities, wage garnishments, whatever. And I also save money because I tend to save my bonus income. And this also will apply for tax refunds as well. I will normally use this money to pay for things for the year, like my car insurance or any other bills that I can just knock out for the year and be done with it. On average, I spend about $5,000 a year by saving and also knocking out bills and debt. Growing up, we were always taught that we should keep our heads held up high because we had a lot to be thankful for. And I remember always getting in trouble because I would always have my head down as I walked, because I was out there looking for loose change on the ground. I would say that I might pick up roughly about $5 a week in loose change on the ground. That's not enough to make you rich, but still, that's $260 a year. And that's just from picking up coins off the ground. And here's some of the coins that I already saved this year. I used to order food and have it delivered to my job a lot. Then I decided that I was going to start bringing my own lunch, and I am able to save so much more money. The cost of going out to lunch can vary. I mean, I was paying $5 for a sandwich here, and some days when I felt like I was balling, I was spending up to $20 for lunch. But bringing my own lunch, it has saved me around $200 a month. Now, I'm not saying that you have to bring your own lunch 100% of the time, but then again, I am saving $2,400 a year. If I can help it, I will rarely buy new things. Purchasing an open box television or a refurbished computer or laptop, it will cost you hundreds of dollars less than a new one, and sometimes even thousands. The computer that I'm editing this video on right here, the ring light that I'm using, most of the stuff in my studio is all refurbished and it works great. I just bought Keisha a new iMac computer and it's refurbished, it works great. And I didn't go out and spend $3,000, $4,000 for this computer. And however, it's operating the same way that a $3,000 or $4,000 computer would. Make sure that you know what you're buying. When going to the store, I always check for promotions and coupons, and I will always do a real-time comparison of prices. Websites like giftcard.com and Cardpool, they sell cards at discounted prices. People will sell their unused cards to these sites, and these sites will go back and resell the gift cards at a discounted price. You can save up to 35% with one of these outlets. I am able to save thousands of dollars a year by shopping around and also using these sites. So what are some of the ways that you save money? Leave your responses in the comment section below. Check out more ways that you can save money by clicking the top playlist right over there. Click the icon right here to subscribe, and that way you don't miss anything. And I will see you in the next video.